What
Yes,
is
sir.
MM dividend policy theory? What does it says? Previous class we have discussed. The MM hypothesis says that the dividend payout, the dividend policy of the company is irrelevant. Okay, irrelevant to the value of the firm. That means the dividend policy, whatever their company is following, will not affect your value of the firm. Whether the company is giving dividend or not giving dividend, okay, whether they are retaining the profits to the company, whether they are distributing as a profit to the shareholders as a dividend, it doesn't affect the value of the firm. It will not have any impact on the value of the firm. That is what the MM theory has proved it. They have proved it that the company's dividend policy will not have any effect on the value of the firm. So that is why it comes under the irrelevance theory. This falls under the irrelevance theory category. Understood? So this MM theory, okay, they have designed a particular hypothesis and they have proved the hypothesis. That is what you can see the different steps we have already discussed in the PPT last time. If you remember, in the PPT we have discussed the MM theory. So first you have to, what is the first step? First you have to calculate the market price of the share at the end of the year one. Are you PPT? Is it visible, students?
Yes, sir,
Please
it's
confirm.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So market price of share at the end of period one. So how do you calculate? What is the formula? P naught is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus KE into D1 plus P1. Okay. So when we are calculating, we need to calculate at the period 1. So we have to do a cross per share at the end of period 1. That is what I need to calculate. So for that, we need to use what? We have to calculate the market price per share at the period 0. Are you understanding? So how to calculate that? That P naught 1, we have to calculate using P naught. That is the market price per share at the period 0. Okay. Into what? Into 1 plus KE. What is KE? It is nothing but the cost of equity or the overall discount factor which will be used to discount the risk class to which the company belongs. The discount rate applicable to the risk class to which the firm belongs, or it is a cost of equity in simple terms. Minus D1. What is D1? Dividend per share at the end of period 1. Got it? That means the whatever the dividend the company is issuing at the period 1, at the end of period 1 is called D1. What is D naught? In the beginning of the period, what they issue. Got it? So first step, you have to calculate the market price per share at the end of the period 1. Then second step, the total capitalization value of outstanding equity shares of the firm at the period 0. Actually, this is not required because we need to calculate at the end of the year. Okay, not in the beginning of the year. But anyways, you can know the formula. That is NP naught is equal to 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus KE into D1 plus NP1. Okay, that will give you the total capitalization of the outstanding equity share of the company at the period 0. Got it? And then third one, amount needed to raise by issue of new shares. So here they are doing the arbitrage. I said, right? Arbitrage means what? What is arbitrage?
So the difference in the price rate in the market where the price
Yeah.
the shares
Buying
are
stocks
getting.
for a lesser price and selling it in a
Yeah.
market where the price is high.
Yeah. So you buy a particular stock, okay, or a financial instrument in a market where the price is more. Okay. Because of the price difference, the arbitrator will earn the profit. So how is he doing here? Here he is doing that either you issue the shares and borrow the money by issuing new shares, or you don't issue the dividends and whatever you are retaining, The retained earnings will be used for investing in the new profit. So here we are assuming that the company is having a new investment plan. They have a new investment plan where they need to invest more. That means they need more money. So how will this money come? Either by issuing new shares in the market or by retaining the earnings. Got it? Okay, so how do you calculate how much money they need to raise? Okay, apart from the retained earnings. Okay, this E shows what your total earnings of the firm. That means the total profit of the firm. Out of this, if you see here, ND1, what is ND1? The total dividend paid during the year. Slide here, N is total number of outstanding equity shares. Is it clear? And what is D1? Already you know the total dividend paid during the year or end of the year. Okay. When you multiply this, you will get the retained earnings. Total earnings minus total dividend paid. The remaining is retained earnings. So this is what you are. And what is the I? I is nothing but the total fund required for the new investment. For example, they have a new, so 10 crores is your I here. That means they need 10 crores for new investment. So this 10 crores minus retained earnings, whatever you get, that will become your the amount which has to be raised by issuing the new shares. So whatever amount you get, for example, euros, so remaining will be shares. Okay, that means I'll show you when we're doing the problems. And the next one is number of additional shares to be issued. How to calculate? Delta N. Okay, that means the change in the number of shares. N shows only the outstanding present number of shares. Delta N will show you the new shares that need to be issued. So how do you calculate? Delta NP1 divided by P1. So delta NP1 we get it here in the step number 3. Okay, and divided by P1. Did we calculate P1? Yes, we calculated P1 in the first step. Can you see here? First step, market price of share at the end of the P1. That is P1 we have to substitute there. Okay. So then when you substitute there, you will get the delta N. What is delta N? Number of additional shares to be issued. Is it clear? Are you getting confused? Are you able to follow? Student, can someone please confirm?
Yes, sir, we can follow.
Yeah, any doubt is there, please stop me, okay? So after calculating the number of shares you have to issue, okay, then we can calculate the value of the firm. So value of the firm is calculated by the formula NP naught, okay? NP naught is equal to N plus delta N. What is N I said earlier? What is N?
Number of additional shares. Number of shares.
Yeah, the total outstanding, the present total number of outstanding shares. What is delta N?
Additional shares.
This is number of additional shares to be issued, delta N, okay? Into P1, that is market price of the share that during period 1, minus the investment, what is required. For example, if it is given 10 crores, substitute as 10 crores, then E is what? Total earnings. Total earnings. And the entire thing is divided by 1 plus KE. Entire numerator divided by 1 plus KE. Then we'll get the value of the firm. Got it? So these 4 steps we'll have to do when dividends are paid. That means when D is given, we substitute that dividend, and when D through the hypothesis. So second time when we calculate D, wherever D is there in any formula, substitute as 0. And then your NP naught should come same answer. When you do first time, when dividends are paid, and when you do second time again, when dividends are not paid, the 4 steps you have to go to do again, and that the answer should tally. The answer should match. NP1, NP naught when dividends are paid and NP naught when dividends are not paid should be same answer. If you get same answer, that means you're proving the hypothesis. Okay? Okay, that is what we have to get the answer when you do even your numericals. When you're doing your NP naught should be same whether dividends are paid or dividends are not paid. Then your answer is correct. Is it clear, students? Shall we go to the problems now?
Yes, sir.
We already discussed this last class, but anyway, just to brush you up, you just showed that. Okay, so shall we take up the question number 5, students? I think all of
Yes,
you have
sir.
gone through the question number 5, and so I'll read for you in case. Yeah, Goodwill Company Limited belongs to a risk class for which the approximate capitalization rate is 10%. So what is this 10%? In our equations, it is nothing but your KE.
KE.
Cost of equity. Yeah, and it currently has an outstanding 30,000 shares. What is this 30,000 shares now in our formula?
Delta N. Delta or N.
Delta N or only N?
Only N.
Only answer.
Yeah, it is currently outstanding. That means it
Oh,
is
only
N.
N.
Only N is how much? 30,000 shares, and which are selling in the market at rupees 80. What is 80 now?
Price.
Is it P naught or
1, sir.
P1?
P1.
P not.
It is
P1.
selling in the market currently now,
P1,
not
sir.
at end of period 1. Yeah, it is P naught.
Okay.
That means currently it is P naught. What is going to be in the end of the period, we don't know. That you're going to calculate. That is P1. P1 we need to calculate. Okay. The company is expected to earn a net income of 4 lakhs. So what is 4 lakhs now in our formula?
E, sir. Earning.
That is capital E. Remember, capital E. Got it? Okay. So the earnings is E. So whenever you see E, substitute as E as 4 lakhs, and it has a profitable investment or a project proposal that has cost rupees 6 lakhs. The project is 6 lakhs. So what is now 6 lakhs here in the formula? Is it is E or I? It is I. New proposal is 6 lakhs. So wherever you see I, you please substitute as 6 lakhs. The company is interested to declare a dividend of rupees 4 per share at the end of financial year. So this rupees 4 is what? What is rupees
D1.
P1.
4? That is D or D naught?
D not.
D1 or D naught?
D not, sir.
Means it is D1. Beginning of the year means D naught. So this is what? D1. Substitute as rupees 4 and prove that under hypothesis the payment of dividend does not affect the value of the firm. Clear? So that means we have to calculate the value of the firm 2 times when dividends are paid. Second, the firm is same or not. If it is same, that means we are proving the hypothesis. Is it clear, students? Anything is not clear in the formula in the question? Students? Please reply. Did you understand the
Yes,
question?
sir.
Shall we
Yes, sir.
go ahead with the
Yes, sir.
solution?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
The question, right? So now the calculation rate is 10%. Outstanding shares are 30,000 shares. The current market price is 80 rupees. Okay, it's 4 lakhs. And the investment what they required in the new proposal is interested to pay for rupees 4 dividend at the end of the financial year. Okay, so these figures you keep it in mind. We'll go with the problems. Okay. So now look at the board now, all of you. What I have written there? What is A? The value of the company when dividends are paid. Okay, all of you please write down. Value of the
Sir,
company when
both are not
dividends
clear,
are
sir.
paid. Anyways, I'm repeating. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. So I written here. First one is step one. A is value of company when dividends are. We are calculating now the value of the company when dividends are paid. We are assuming that dividends rupees 4 rupees is paid. So what is the first step? As I said earlier, first thing you have to calculate. What you have to calculate first?
Calculation of share price at the
Calculation
end of the
of
year.
share price at the end of the period 1. Is it clear? Are you able to see? Calculation of share price at the end of period 1. So how to calculate that? P1 is equal to P0 into 1 plus KE minus D1. So how much is do you know how much is P1? P1 I don't know, but I know what? P0. How much is P0?
80, sir.
80.
Already we discussed. 80 rupees
80,
is the
sir.
current selling price. What is P1? What will be the price of the share at the end of the period 1? That I don't know. That I have to calculate now. Okay. But I know the current selling price. I know KE. How much is KE?
10%.
10%. Then how much is D1?
4.
4 rupees.
4 rupees. Okay. So substitute now. P0 is equal to 80 rupees into 1 plus KE. How much is KE? 10%. How do you convert it to decimal? How much you'll get?
0.1.
Point
Convert to
one.
decimal. 0.10.
0.1.
Yeah. Minus D is how much? D1.
4.
What is the rupees? 4. Yeah. So 80 into 1 plus 0.10 minus 4. So
84.
84, sir.
1. All of you got, students? All of you are getting? Others, nobody replying. So how much you got the answer?
84.
84.
84. Clear now how to calculate P1? Any doubt? Now next, what you have to calculate? Now I have to calculate amount to be raised. Amount to be raised from outside. You have to raise from outside because they don't have the money for investing in the new company, in the new project. So by issue of new shares, they are planning to issue new shares, okay, for whatever the amount is required, okay, for investment. So how to calculate the total amount required to from issue by outstanding minus ND1. Okay. So delta NP1 we have to calculate now. This is nothing but the amount to be raised by issuing new shares. So delta 1 shows your new share current by the and the when the period is P1. That is nothing but your at the end of the period 1. So what is the formula? I is okay. How much is I here in the formula in the question? The question number 5.
lakh.
That is investment. How much investment required for the new project?
6 lakhs, sir.
6 lakhs, sir.
6 lakhs. Substitute now I have 6 lakhs minus E. E is how much?
4 lakh.
4 lakhs.
That means
Earnings.
earning. They're expected to earn how much?
4 lakhs.
Confirm how much? 4 lakhs. Okay. Four lakhs minus what? ND1. N is how much? What is N here? Total number of outstanding shares. How many are there currently?
30,000.
30,000.
This 30,000 shares. Yeah, 30,000 shares into D1. How much is D1?
4.
You already substituted here. D1 how much? 4. Yeah. Please calculate now the number of shares, the amount they need to raise.
3,20,000.
Yes, sir. 3,20,000.
3 lakh
20,000.
20,000. That means the total requirement is 4 lakhs. Since they are not issuing everything as a, total requirement is 6 lakhs. And this is the earning they are having. That means how much they are having retained earnings? How much? 4 lakhs minus, how much you got? 30,000 into 4.
1 lakh
1,20,000.
1,20,000.
Yeah, 1,20,000 they're issuing as shares. So remaining is how much?
2 lakh 80.
2,80,000. So 2,80,000 already they have. That is your return earnings. So how much they have to raise actually? So 6 lakhs minus 2.8 lakhs, you'll get 3.2 lakhs. Got it? This much only they have to raise. The remaining is they're going to take it from the retained earnings. Clear? Next step. What is the next step now? What do you have to calculate next? Next, you have to calculate the number of additional shares to be issued. Number of additional shares to be issued. Okay, so what are the formula? Delta N is equal to delta LP1 divided by P1. So delta 1, how much we got? Delta LP1 we already
3,20,000.
got now in the previous slide. P1. How much is P1 we got? Yeah, how much we got P1 earlier?
84.
84.
84. Yeah, substitute now 84. So here it is showing the number of shares. So if you are getting decimal, don't write in decimal. So what you can do is you can write in fractions. Now try to divide it to the least division fraction. How much can I divide?
3,809, sir.
Yeah. For example, you can take in 2 table. Okay. So 4 to the 8 and 4 on the 4, 21. And here will be how
Sir, 80,000 divided by 21.
much? 4 8 the 32. So it will be 50,000. Can I do for odd number? Don't divide further because it will become, again you will get in decimal. So we can write 80,000 divided by 21 shares. Understood? Because the number of shares cannot be what in fractions. That is why I'm writing in the it cannot be in decimal. So that's why I'm writing in fraction. Got it?
So what do you
So
think
number of shares they need to raise is now 80,000 divided by 21 shares. Clear? Understood? So we got
Can you repeat
delta.
So
again,
can
sir?
you repeat, sir? It's not clear.
Delta n is what? Delta n is number of shares they need to additionally raise, because now they need 3.2 lakhs, right? That 3.2 lakhs now they're going to raise by issuing new shares. So now I'm calculating how many shares I have to issue. Got it? How many shares I have to issue at the current selling price, at the end of the year price, that is 84 rupees, P1. Okay. So when I'm calculating, if you get a, say, the even number, that means when you divide, if you get a without decimal, you get a, okay, the perfect number, then you no need to write in fraction. You can write it as number of shares. But when you're dividing, if you're getting in points, okay, if you get a decimal, when you divide, don't write in decimal. What you can do is you try to divide it for till you get the odd number. Keep dividing till you get the odd number. When you get odd number in the denominator, then you stop it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Because it is number of shares. Number of shares cannot be in decimal. I can't issue 3.5 shares or 1.5 shares. I can only issue either 1 share or 3 shares. Got it? It is understood now? Any
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
student? Yeah. If you get a perfect figure, then no need to worry, no need to worry. Only when you're getting odd number, then you can stop. But many cases it will come odd number only. So try to keep dividing till you get the odd number, till you cannot get the decimals. Clear? After doing this, then we come to the last step. What is the last step? Value of the firm. You have to calculate the value of the firm. That is NP naught is equal to n plus delta n. N we already know. How much is n? 30,000 shares. And delta n we already got now. How much? 80,000 divided by 21 shares into P1. How much is P1? 84. Right? Minus I plus E. I is how much? We already done in earlier problem. I is how much you taken? 6 lakhs and E is 4 lakhs. Okay, that is substitute there. I is 6 lakhs and E is 4 lakhs. Divided by 1 plus K naught, KE. E is how much? 10%. That is 0.10. Shall we substitute now? Any doubt?
So can you
Any
repeat the
doubt?
formula once again?
Yeah, formula is there here. N plus delta n into P1. So how much is n? N is nothing but the current outstanding shares. How many shares are there currently?
30,000.
You can open the
30,000.
PPT. It is there in the PPT also, which I shared yesterday in WhatsApp. Okay. So n is number of outstanding shares. How many outstanding shares they have now? Which is there in the question, no? How much? 30,000 shares. Yeah. Around 30,000 minus delta n. Delta n is this what we calculated now. How much we got? 80,000 divided by 21 shares. Write down that. 80,000 divided by 21 shares. Into P1. P1 is how much we already know? 84. Minus I is how much? Investment 6 lakhs. Plus E is how much? 4 lakhs. Okay. Whole divided by 1 plus KE is 0.01. Okay. Now you please calculate. Now you take LCM now. How much you'll get? 21. Take the LCM now. 21 into 30,000 you multiply. How much you'll get?
6,30,000.
Lakh 30,000.
30,000 minus 80,000
So it's
into
plus, no?
84.
Sir,
Pardon me?
it's plus.
Formula is plus.
N plus
Yeah.
delta N.
Yes, plus. Add, please add. Into 84 minus 6 lakhs plus 4 lakhs divided by 1 plus 1.1. 1.10 will get when you add. Understood, students? Now you add and divide this and then multiply. Do this, add and divide by 21, then multiply by 84, then minus whatever answer you get here, minus 6 lakhs from that, and then add 4 lakhs.
So the entire thing is divided by 1 plus b.
Yes, entire thing divided by 1 plus 1. So that you will take it later. First you do this. First you
Okay.
calculate, simplify the numerator. First you simplify the numerator.
Sir,
Anybody, how much you got numerator? Subhashri?
18 lakh,
18,40,000.
18 lakh 40,000, sir, numerator.
No. You should get 26 lakhs 40,000.
Sir, 28,40,000, sir, minus
It's 10 lakhs.
10 lakh. So 18 lakh
That comes like 18 lakh 40,000.
40,000.
Why minus 10 lakhs you're doing? How you got 10 lakhs? This is negative 6 lakhs. This is positive 4 lakhs. You can't add.
Okay, so yeah.
That's why I told no. Symbols are different. You can't add directly. Whatever answer you get here, you minus 6 lakhs, then you add 4 lakhs because this is minus 6 lakhs. This is 4 lakhs is plus. Got
Yeah.
it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
26 lakh
That's why you're getting
40,000.
wrong answer. Once again now, how much you're getting?
26 lakh 40,000.
Yeah. 26 lakhs
40,000.
26 lakhs 40,000. Everybody got? Students, everybody got? Now you divide by 1.10.
24
See
lakhs.
how
24
much you
lakhs.
get now. How much?
24 lakhs.
24 lakhs.
24 lakhs. What is this 24 lakhs?
Value of the firm.
This value of the
End of the year.
firm. Got it? Now the entire 4 steps we should do now once again, assuming the dividends are not paid. That means wherever you see dividend D1 in the formula, so to substitute as 0. Clear, students? So now you again write now here, you write this as heading as B. Okay, now you write this as B. That is B. Okay, so B is when dividends are not paid. Change the heading here. When dividends are not paid. This is the second step. Okay, write down value of the company. If you're not able to see, please listen and write down in a book. Value of the company when dividends are not paid. Okay, again we should do the same. All the steps you have to calculate once again. Okay, assuming the dividends are not paid. That means what? Whenever you see D, you should substitute as 0. Shall you do now? So first you have to calculate the calculation of share price. Okay, at the period, end of the period 1. So now it will be P0 will be same, it will not change. KE will not change, only D will change. D1 will become how much now?
0.
D will become 0. Now substitute D1 as 0. Now you calculate once again P1.
88.
88. Got it? Any doubt, students, in the first step? No?
No, sir.
Okay. Then go to the second step. What do you have to calculate now? Now they are not giving dividends. So now we have to calculate how much money they need to raise to take up this particular new project or new investment. Here also, I will be same. It will be 6 lakhs only. E also will be same, 4 lakhs only. This 30,000 shares also will be same. But what is going to change here? D1 is going to
0.
change. Yeah, D1 will become 0. Substitute now D1 as 0. So now you calculate once again the amount to be raised by issuing new shares. How much money they need to raise by issuing new shares?
2 lakh.
Calculate.
2 lakh.
2 lakhs.
It is 2 lakhs. Correct. Because this will become 0. Entire thing will become 0. So 6 minus 4 is 2. So they need to raise rupees 2 lakhs. Are you getting it? All of you write down. Please write down. Then what is the next step? Third step. Now you have to calculate the number of shares they need to raise. Next, you have to calculate the number of shares they need to raise.
It will be
So how to
same.
calculate? No, it will not be same because NP1 is how much now? Earlier it was how much? 3 lakh.
Oh yeah, 2 lakhs.
Yeah, earlier it was 3,20,000. Now it is only 2 lakhs. And P1 earlier how much it was? It was 84. Now it is 88. So your delta N also will change now. Okay, substitute now. Delta LP1 we got 2 lakhs. Write down 2 lakhs. And P1 how much we got? 88. Yeah, now try to simplify with the number where you get
25,000 by 11.
without decimal. So we can divide it, say for example,
50,000 by 20.
25,000 by 11.
22 is 88. And further, we can divide it. 2 ones we can take. 1 1 will get divided by 25,000. Got it? 25,000 divided by 1 divided by 11 shares. We can put it in fractions, no problem. Okay, because if you divide further, you'll get negative. You'll get the decimals. So they need to raise. They need to issue 25,000 divided by 11 shares. Got it? Any doubt? Now, what is the last step? We have to calculate. We have to calculate the value of firm. Okay. Now substitute the values. Now our delta n is changed. So write a new one. P1 is changed. And I and E is not changed. I am keeping as it is. Correct? Yes or no, students? N is actually same. It is how much? 30,000 only. But delta n is changed now. Delta n how much we got? 25,000 divided by 11. That is substitute here. And P1 how much we got? 80. Earlier it was 84. Now it is 88. And I is not going to change. That is 6 lakhs. E is not going to change. That is 4 lakhs only. So now please calculate the numerator. How much you'll get? What is the LCM now? Now take this as 11. What will be here? Multiply 11 into 30,000. How much will you get? How much will
3,30,000.
get? Pardon?
3,30,000.
3,30,000 less 25,000 into 84. Sorry, it is 88 now. Remove 84, right? It is 88.
So the answer is the same, 24 lakhs.
Yeah, 3,30,000 plus 25,000 divided by 11 into 88. Then minus 6 lakhs plus 4 lakhs. How much will get the numerator?
26 lakh 40,000.
26 lakhs
40,000.
40,000. Then you divide by 1.10.
₹24 lakh. Same answer.
How much you got?
24 lakhs.
24 lakhs. Now you check the value of the firm when dividends were paid. How much we got earlier?
24 lakhs.
Earlier also we got 24 lakhs. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That means what is the conclusion? Yeah. What can we conclude? Yeah. You can see there the value of the firm when dividends are paid is how much? 24 lakhs we got. Yes or no? And when dividends are not paid also we got 24 lakhs. That means we have proved the hypothesis. That means what? Whether the company is paying dividend or not paying dividend, whether they are retaining the entire profits, so the value of the firm is independent. Okay, this is what is prove the dividends does not affect the value of the firm as per hypothesis. This is what you need to write. So please write down. Got it, students? Then what does the hypothesis says? And then what is effect in the value of the firm? What does it says? This author says that the earning capacity of the firm is very important. Okay, their earning capacity and their risk-taking ability, the business risk-taking ability, those things are very important. Those are very important factors which will affect the value of the firm, not the dividend payout policy. Clear? That is why he has proved it through this process that the dividend does not affect the value of the firm. This is the irrelevant theory. It is irrelevant theory of dividend policy. Clear? Did you write down this conclusion? Shall we go to the next question? Students?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can go.
Yes. We'll go to the next question. Question number 6. All of you take out in your mobile. Yeah. What is question number 6 says? Okay. Shall I read the question for you?
Yes, sir.
Dreamland Company Limited belongs to a risk class for which the appropriate capitalization rate is 12%. Now, what is 12% now?
KE.
Okay.
It is a capitalization rate. That is KE is 12%. Company currently paid up shares. Okay, the paid up share capital is 30 lakhs and rupees 10 per each, rupees 100 per each. That means how much is N? How much will you take N?
30 lakh divided by 100.
30 lakh,
Yeah, how much will get?
30,000, sir.
30,000.
Why are you dividing and taking 30,000? Why are you not taking directly 30 lakhs?
The share is 100 each. One share is 100. 30 share is 30 lakh.
Okay. Understood? 30 lakhs is a total share capital. N is not share capital. No, N is what? The total number of outstanding share. I need number of outstanding shares. I don't want the total paid up share capital. The total paid up share capital is given here. It is 30 lakhs. That is not N actually. So N is only the number of shares. So to calculate that, divide this 30 lakhs by 100. You'll get how much? 30,000 shares. Got it? It's just a small twist he has given here, just to confuse you. And then company is planning to declare a dividend of rupees 10 per share at the end of current financial year. That means what is rupees 10?
P0.
It is D0. D0 or D1? Please read this. End of the year. End of the year means it is D1 or D0?
D1.
It is D1, correct. D1 is 10 rupees. Earlier, how much they had given earlier question? He had
4.
given 4 rupees.
4.
Yeah. Got it? The company expect to have a net income of 3 lakhs. Okay, the income, that is E, capital E, earning is 3 lakhs, and it has a proposal for making new investment of rupees 4 lakhs. How much is new investment?
4
It is
lakhs.
I, capital I, 4 lakhs. Earlier it was 6 lakhs, now it is 2 lakhs is reduced, it is 4 lakhs. What you are required to prove? You are required to prove that the payment of dividend does not affect the value of the company under Miller and Modigliani assumptions. That means MM hypothesis only. Okay, shall we do now? So our E is 12% and N is 30,000 shares, that is 30 lakhs divided by 100. Then dividend D1 is 10 rupees and earnings E is 3 lakhs and investment I is 4 lakhs. Got it? Shall we do now? Now I think it will be very easy for you. Now we already know how to do it. We'll try to quickly complete it. So remember the values, or you write down the values. I already shared in the this thing yesterday. So first, what is the first step now? Step number A. First, you have to calculate what?
Value of the company when dividends are paid.
Yeah. Now you change it as, make it as A, and you have to change here. Okay, write down here. We are doing the first procedure where the value of the form when the dividends are paid. Write here as dividends are paid. Next, you have to calculate calculation of share price at the end of period 1. That is P naught into 1 plus KE minus D1. Selling price is how much of the share?
100 each, sir.
Yeah, students, please tell me how much?
100 each.
How much is given? 100 rupees each. Yes. Okay. So he has not given the current selling price, but what he has given? The currently paid out share 100 rupees each. So we will take that only as P naught. 100 into 1 plus KE. How much is KE given?
12%.
12%.
That means decimal will be 0.12
12.
minus D1. How much is D1?
10 rupees.
10.
How much is D1? 10. So now you calculate P1.
102.
How much?
102, sir.
Rupees 102. Next, what is the next step? Next, you have to calculate amount to be raised. Okay, delta NP1 is equal to ND1. Okay, I is how much here?
4 lakhs.
4 lakhs is investment. Okay, new project minus how much is earnings?
3 lakhs.
How much are expected to earn? This 3 lakhs minus N is how much? Small n.
30,000.
30,000 shares are outstanding now. That we got by dividing 30 lakhs divided by 100. Okay, this is how we got 30,000 shares. Okay, into D1. How much is D1?
10
10.
rupees.
How much is D1 now? How much will be your delta NP1 amount to be raised?
4 lakhs, sir.
4 lakhs.
It is 4 lakhs is correct. Because here it will be multiplied by 10, 30,000 will get 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs and raise. Okay. That means they are not retaining anything. There, the retention ratio is 0. That means 100% they are giving as a dividend. Whatever they are earning, entire thing is going for dividend. So they need to raise entire 4 lakhs by issuing new shares. This is the meaning of this. Understood? What is the next step?
Delta N.
Then next I have to calculate the delta N. Yeah, please calculate delta n so how much we got delta npn lp1 how much we got
4 lakhs.
in the previous 4 lakhs and p1 how much we got
102.
102 so try to simplify
2 lakh by
how much
51.
will get
2 lakh by 51.
2 lakhs by
51.
51. Yeah, since 51 is odd number, we'll stop it here. We call this as 2,51,051 shares. Got it? You write it in the fraction only. All of you got it? Any doubt? Any doubt is there? Please ask. Yeah. So now we have to calculate what? Value of the firm. Let's put the values now. N I know it is again 30,000 only. Okay. And delta N how much we got? 2 lakhs divided by 51 shares. Write down 2 lakhs divided by 51 shares into P1. How much is P0? P1 we got
102.
102. Okay. Minus I is how much?
4
I
lakhs.
is 4 lakhs. And earnings is how much is E? 3 lakhs. Divided by 1 plus KE. KE is how much in this case?
12%.
12. That is 0.12. Okay. Now you take the LCM. How much will you get? 51 is LCM. Take that. So 51 into 30,000 multiply. How much will get?
15 lakh 30,000.
51 into 30. Pardon?
15 lakh 30,000.
15 lakh 30,000 plus 2 lakhs into 102 minus 4 lakhs plus 3 lakhs divided by 1.12. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please calculate now how much will get numerator.
33,60,000.
3,60,000.
33 lakhs
60,000.
60,000.
60,000 divided by 1.12.
30 lakhs.
How much you got?
30 lakh.
30 lakhs. Everybody got?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? All of you got? Now we'll go to the second round. Second round, what you should do? Again, we need to calculate. Okay, again, we need to calculate what? The all the 4 steps you have to again calculate. Okay, and then your value of the firm should come same. Then only your answer is correct. So please let us do now again. Yeah, now you write down here. Now it is B. Value of the company when dividends are What you have to write? Dividends are not
Paid.
paid. Yeah. Dividends are not paid. Okay. Now you calculate what? P1. Now what is going to change now? P0 is same. KE also is same. But D1 will become how much now?
0.
How much will you take D1 now? How much will you take?
0,
0,
sir.
0. Yes. D1 because 0. Why D1 you're taking 0?
Dividend not paid.
So dividends are not paid. So D1 will be 0. Clear? Now you calculate P1.
112, sir.
How much you're getting?
112.
112.
112. Everybody got 112 you got? Now next what you have to calculate? Amount to be raised from outside by issue of new shares. So what are you going to change now in this formula? I will be same, E also will be same, but your D1 will change. N will be same, 30,000 only, but D will become how much? 0. Now we substitute and do. Everything will be same except the last one.
1 lakh.
N will be 30,000 same. N will not change. Why N will change? Yeah, Jabin.
Sir,
N will not change. N will be same 30,000 only. Yes or no?
yes, sir. But the
The
dividend
share
was
capital will not change. It will be same only. Only your D1 will change. D1 will be 0. Got it? So now you calculate again the amount to be raised.
1 lakh, sir.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Sir, I'm in class, sir, actually, conference hall. Conference hall, sir. Yes. Oh, okay, okay, sir. Yeah, students, please calculate. Calculate the.
It's 1 lakh, sir.
All of you got 1 lakh students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lakh they need to raise because whatever the earning is going to remain because Retention ratio, how much is now? How much retention ratio now? How much they are retaining? Is it 100% or 0%?
100%.
Why you got only 1 lakh? Retention ratio is how much? 0% or 100%? Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, retention is 100% now because we are paying zero dividend.
Yeah, very good. Got it now? That is why the amount to be raised is very less. Earlier, how much we got? In the previous one, how much we got?
4
Earlier, when the
lakhs.
dividends were paid, yeah, 4 lakhs. Now we are raising only 1 lakh because I'm not paying any dividends. So entire thing I'm retaining. The entire return, the earnings are retained, and this is being invested in the this 4 lakhs project. So only 1 lakhs only difference. That amount they'll be raising as equity shares. Got it now? So here the retention ratio is what? 100%, and dividend payout ratio is 100%. So the dividend payout ratio is 0. Got it? So they're not giving any dividends. We'll move forward. What is the next step?
Value of the firm. No. Number of additional
Number of
shares.
additional shares.
Delta N.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry student, there was some technical issue. Okay, so we were calculating, we calculated what? The amount to be raised. How much was that? 1 lakh. Now company has to raise 1 lakh. So what is the next step we have to calculate?
Additional share.
Of additional shares.
Additional shares, how much they need to? What is the formula?
And P1 divided by
Delta N is equal to delta P1 divided by P1. How much is delta NP1 we got?
1 lakh.
Just now we done, no? 1 lakh. Write down 1 lakh divided by P1. How much we got P1?
1 plus.
12. So divide it. How much you'll get?
25,000 divided
28.
Yeah, divide it to the nearest number.
6250 divided by 7.
6250 divided by 7
7.
or 12,500 divided by 14, which is correct. You try to divide it to the as minimum as possible. So your calculations will be very simple. How much are you getting? Sabine, how much you said?
6250 by 7.
6,250 divided by
7.
7 shares. Got it? All of you got? Others? Gayatri?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Got it? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gunjan, for confirming. Okay, so we got 6,250 divided by 7 shares. Okay, that is the number of shares they need to issue. What is the last step now?
Value of the firm.
Value of the firm.
Value of the firm they need to calculate. Okay, so that is NP naught is equal to N plus delta N into P1 minus I plus E whole divided by 1 plus KE. Got it? Shall we continue? So how much is N?
30,000.
30,000.
N is how much? 30,000 shares. And delta N, how much we got? 6,250 divided by 7.
6,050 by
6,250 divided by 7 into P1. How much is P1?
112.
112. Minus I. How much is I?
4 lakh.
4 lakh. How much is E?
3
3
lakhs.
lakh.
3 lakh. And divided by 1 plus KE. 1 plus KE is how much?
1.12.
1.12. Yeah, 12%. So please simplify further. Take LCM
30 lakh.
divided by 7. Multiply 7 into 30,000. How much will get?
2 lakh 10,000.
2 lakh.
4 lakhs. 4 lakh 10,000.
2 lakh 10,000.
2 lakh 10,000, sir.
2 lakh 10,000 plus 6,250 into 112 112 minus 4 lakhs plus 3 lakhs divided by 1.12. So tell me the numerator, how much you'll get?
33
lakh.
lakh 60,000.
34 lakh 60,000.
No. That is wrong.
33 lakh 60,000.
1,000.
Others, how much are you getting?
33 lakh 60,000.
1,000.
Yes, sir, that minus 1.
3,000 is correct. So now you divide by 1.12.
30 lakhs.
30 lakhs.
30 lakhs, sir. It's tally.
What is the answer?
30 lakh.
30 lakhs.
Is 30 lakhs. So the value of the firm is 30 lakhs. So how much we got earlier?
30
Same
lakhs.
30 lakh.
30 lakhs.
So whether you proved or not the hypothesis.
We proved, sir.
True, sir.
Any doubt, students, in the how to calculate the how to solve the MM hypothesis problem?
No, sir.
Any doubt, anybody? Did you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
problems we did. Can you do this kind of problems when it comes in your exam? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very easy actually because only you should know the formula. If you know the formulas, you can actually very easily can do it. So please practice today. Okay. Any doubt is there? Please let me know in the next class. So after this, what you have to write?
Conclusion.
Conclusion,
The
sir.
conclusion. What will you write?
We proved the hypothesis.
Value of the
Formula.
Dividend paid and dividend not paid also. Same. Both of the things is equal.
does not affect the value of the firm.
Yeah. Same way what you wrote in the earlier, same way you have to write. Same thing you can write here also.
Dividend does not affect the value of the firm.
Yeah. This is question number 6, right?
Yes, sir.
So now value of the firm and dividends are paid, how much we got? 30 lakh.
Yes, sir. 30 lakh.
When not paid, how much we got?
30 lakh.
Yeah. This is what you write the conclusion. The value of the firm when dividends are paid is 30 lakhs, and when dividends are not paid is also 30 lakhs. Or in either way you want to, you can write also, no problem. Okay, and then you can write this proves that dividends does not affect the value of the firm as per MM hypothesis. Correct? Or what is he asking there? Then or you can write the dividend does not affect the value of the firm. Clear? Understood, students? Any
Yes,
doubts
sir.
anybody has?
No, sir.
Yeah. Any doubt? Do you understand now? Please write down the conclusion in your books. Please write down.
What, sir?
Please write down this conclusion I told you in your book or in your notes.
Okay, sir.